Yo, what's up guys? Hey, Adam McDaniel here at JeepRecyclers.com. We have a customer question regarding vent window and some issues that they have. So rather than just send it directly to him, we figured others may have the same issue, so send it to everybody. All right, real quick. So first problem that the customer has is when taking out their vent window, they had bent this top section right here. And it's super common, and they were concerned they have to replace the whole frame. So first off, make sure the frame is in good condition, able to be reused. These rust out quite a bit, but if it's just bent, you can straighten it up again. However, the customer specifically has theirs bent here, and it's super common, but don't take it and just bend it back, because you're gonna put a fold in this. So anytime you have any kind of metal bend, just use a large piece of metal and just, go to straighten it out this way. But never, ever just grab it and just bend it back by hand, because you're going to create more kinks. And the goal is to basically get rid of kinks or not cause kinks in the first place. Second part. All right, so bring it in. All right, now the vent window fits inside. Son of a gun. Let's see, you see that? All right, so your vent window channel and glass fits inside the frame like this inside your vehicle. Now, when you pull out the vent window frame assembly, your inner glass and frame are going to be connected like this, along with your pivot right here. Now, what I like to do to get this frame out, or the inner frame with the glass out, is basically take a piece of cardboard, cover that glass, and a lot of times I'll cut actually a piece of cardboard that'll take the shape of the glass, and then set that right on here. And then my tool of choice is just a little angle grinder with a diamond bit. A diamond bit with a real small head on it. You can use all kinds of other tools, but basically this is kind of my go-to. I'm not really a fan of a drill bit, although it can work. So from here, basically working my way in and just basically pulling out or digging out this rivet right here. However, when doing that, make sure that you don't put a lot of pressure, because these guys snap pretty doggone easily. So pressure will easily break this off. However, as you're grinding on that pivot, you're going to get to a point when you get really close to reaching the outside of the pivot itself. And if you go too far, you're going to cut into this, or this little piece right here. And if you cut into that, the replacement rivet that you have that goes in isn't going to fit snugly enough, and you're going to have some other issues. So as you're grinding away, stop before you get to the very end. And the world's smallest chisel here, actually a little pry bar. So I use this or another little pry bar and just kind of work up the edges on that pivot, and then you can pop it out that way, and it's a pretty easy thing to do at that point. And of course, this is pretty straightforward right here. When you go to take this off, you'll take that bolt off, or that nut off, and it'll come out that way. Now, that stuff's pretty straightforward. This isn't as straightforward. Taking the glass out in a way that allows you to reuse that glass is really important. Or I should say the application technique used is really important. What I like to do is just heat the old gasket, and I heat it up pretty good. Not so hot that the glass starts to want to change color or anything, but warm enough so you have some play in this, so you can start feeling the glass and the channel start to have a little play. And when that happens, what I do is, again, the world's smallest little pry bar, I just kind of work my way in and just lift up a little here, and then the same here, lift up a little here, and I just keep playing the heating game. Heat a little bit, move a little bit, heat a little bit, move a little bit, heat a little bit, move a little bit. But again, don't muscle it. This is not as strong as you may think. It does have a stainless coating on it, but it's still, it's a coating. It's not straight stainless, okay? It's a coating. In fact, if you sand down pretty low, you'll find pretty quick here. But that's it. So heat, world's smallest little pry bar or something to help kind of like pry it up, and then you'll slowly start to work this out. And I like to wear rubber gloves when I do this. For one, it helps to keep out some of the heat from melting your hand, but also it gives you grip. So when you're going to pull on this, last thing you want to do is get this thing out and then have it go flying across the room or what have you. But again, this is not a muscle thing. This is not like, you know, you're not trying to world's strongest man competition this. It's just slowly at a time working it out. And when you're done, have somewhere to put it, because the second you put that glass down on something, it's now going to be a projectile to be scratched by something. So that's it. And from that point, you can put your new gasket in. You can, you know, put your new pivot in and just kind of reverse engineer from there. So we do have a future video plan as far as how to do the whole friggin' thing. But this is a little teaser until then. So that's it. Hopefully it helps. And thanks again for support, guys. And thanks for watching. Take care, y'all.